welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a review of the James Charles Morphe palette. We're going to do a tutorial on how to get this look here. And then we're also going to be doing some swatches, so keep watching. So here's what the palette looks like fresh out of the box, and we're going to start swatching the first row. The first color is Canvas, then Ring Light, So Good, 518, Rusted, Halloween, Wig, and Tea. Now for the second row. Punch Me, Sister, Mary, Literally, You're Kidding, Shook, Boutique, Benny. And the third row. Flashback, Face, Tune, Code James, 10% off, No Beans, and Spooky. The fourth row, B, Guac, Hello, Playground, Brother, Artistry, Love That, Pinkity Drinkity. And the last row, Social Blade, Daddy, Cape Cod, Cola, Acapella, Escape, Single, and Skip. So in James's video, he talks about how when you use these eyeshadows, it's better off to use an actual eyeshadow primer versus a concealer because it's going to help them perform and blend better. So I've gone ahead and primed my eyes with the Smashbox 24-Hour Photo Finish Shadow Primer. So now that our eyes are all primed and ready to go, I'm going to go in with my Morphe M535 brush into the shade Pinkity Drinkity. I'm going to use this as my starting transition shade. Next, I'm going to dip into the color Skip with my Morphe R37 brush, and we're just going to lightly work this into the crease. So next, to deepen up the crease, I'm going to go in with my Morphe E17 brush into the shade Love That. And I'm really going to work on placing this in the lower portion of the crease. I'm going to end up doing a cut crease today just to have a little bit more fun. So I'm just going in with some Tarte Shape Tape on my Morphe M224 brush. I'm going to cut the crease.
Cut it, 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 cut it.
Now that I've gone in and cut the crease, I'm going to go in with the shade Hello, and I'm going to pack that all over the inner corner. So I went in with just a plain dry brush to apply that, and I'm not quite getting the effect that I want. So I'm going to go in with some setting spray and spray my brush just to see if that'll make the metallic eyeshadow pop a little bit more. Oh, that's much better. Now I'm going to go in with the shade Artistry all over the center of the lid. And I'm going to do the same thing that I did with the shade Hello, and I'm going to spray the brush with a little bit of setting spray just to make it pop a little more. you guys can see or not, I'm noticing just a little bit of fallout underneath my eye, which is not a big deal, but just a heads up. Other than that, all the shadows I've used are performing amazing. Now that we have that shade all over the center of the lid, I'm going to go in with my Morphe M506 brush into the shade Escape. I'm really going to work on putting that into the outer edge of the eye and working that back into the crease. Normally, when I'm packing a shade onto the outer edge here, I'm used to being able to do circular motions to blend it out. Here, I'm having to pack it and then kind of lightly sweep it out. But it's just a tad patchy. Like, it's just not working the way I want it to. So now that I've got that blended out as much as I can really get it, I'm going to go in with my Morphe E43 brush into the shade Single. And I'm going to work on stamping that onto the lower lash line. Next, I'm going to go in with my Morphe E36 brush, and we're going to take the shade Love That all over the lower lash line just to blend that out a little more. So I'm pretty happy with how this looks, so I'm just going to go in and highlight the inner corner of my eye and the brow bone using the shade Face. Alright, I think I'm done. So I'm going to go put some liner and lashes on, and we'll be right back. Alright guys, final thoughts on this palette. Honestly, the swatches for this thing are god-awful. They do not give any kind of representation as far as how these are going to perform. I really like how my look came out today. The only cons to this palette that I can really come up with is that the purples are a tad patchy, but that's kind of expected with all eyeshadow palettes. Purples are just a hard shadow to formulate in general. And then there was a little bit of fallout with the purple metallic eyeshadow. But other than that, this was very easy to work with, and it was a lot of fun to play with. I think there's a lot of opportunity to come up with a lot of amazing looks just due to the color selection. So with all that being said, I would give this palette an 8.5 out of 10. Now, I wouldn't give it a full 10 out of 10 just because the purples were really hard to work with, which I understand. It's kind of expected, but at the same time, I still want my shadows to perform the way I would like them to. Also, there was a little bit of fallout with the metallic eyeshadows that I used. It's not the biggest deal in the world, but overall, I would definitely recommend this. So that's what I've got for you guys today. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe and comment down below what you guys want to see next. Thanks for watching.